Welcome everyone, it's the third episode of the Quarter Hour of Power. I'm your host Anon, back due to popular demand. We've been receiving all kinds of phone calls and text messages, instant messages, what else? Letters, long distance telegrams, demanding, imploring that we make more episodes more often because the Quarter Hour of Power, it's become a part of, I think, people's daily lives now. They eagerly await with bated breath the next episode. It's part of their daily lives, part of their daily rituals. They, when they're in their car or they're, they're sitting on a bus like a loser, or they're at the gym, or they're in the cubicle at work. They listen to the Quarter Hour of Power. It brings a kind of it's a release for their miserable lives. So for me to be able to do that to people, for me to bring joy to their pathetic lives, it instills a great amount of pride. It makes my heart swell with pride. So I'm just really happy to be a part of that, be a part of your life. Doing the Quarter Hour of Power. So I'm happy to be back. I'm really excited to be doing the third episode, and the reason why is because as successful as the first episode was, the number two even exceeded my lofty expectations. The reception was just unbelievable. We've had a tremendous number of views in the first 24 hours. We're taking the podcasting community by storm. The Quarter Hour of Power, it's turning into somewhat of a tour de force. That's French, by the way. I'm bilingual. Don't hold that against me or judge me for it, because everyone experiments a little in college. It's a tradition. It's a rite of passage. No, but seriously guys, that's a joke. Don't take it seriously. I'm not into that kind of thing. I've never gone to a wrestling school, wrestling class, or MMA school to train with the bras. I think it's wonderful that young men today can just pop into an MMA gym and have a quick wrestle or roll, with a friend or a companion, even a stranger. I think it's wonderful. We've come a long way as a society, and imagine, I've never been to these places, but you hear stories, and imagine, from what I'm told, they're very. I imagine that they're quite open and receptive and very welcoming places, especially if you're a stranger, because I think they always need fresh meat. And even when a wrestler or a roller knows every trick in the book, knows what buttons to push, knows what positions make their partner scream the loudest, a change of partner can really spice things up, and not only spice up a roll or wrestle, but make you appreciate what your regular partner or partners is, what they're able to do to you. Makes you appreciate that. And it really is, in the 21st century, I think we've truly arrived as a society, as a civilization, when we live in a world where a young man barely needs to leave his suburb if he wants to indulge in a quick, no strings attached roll or wrestle. I mean, even 10 years ago, it must have been so difficult to find a young buck down to roll. And nowadays, these MMA gyms are just sprouting everywhere. I mean, they're spreading like the staph infections those places are breeding grounds for. Anyway, I'm creating a podcast today because of this incredible surge in popularity that we're experiencing, the demand is tremendous. The demand for more entertainment from Anon and the Quarter Hour of Power is unrelenting. So that is why I'm creating it today. But I have better things to do than entertain you losers for nothing. So, I mean, I could have created a podcast tomorrow or the next day or whatever, and you'd still be happy. You'd still take it, because what choice have you got if you want to be entertained by me? You know, you've got no choice. So the thing why I'm doing a podcast so soon after the last one is because this morning I woke up and I was inspired. I had a moment of inspiration. And as my regular listeners know, we've been inundated with advertising offers from corporate America. We're really blazing a path on the podcasting landscape. People all over corporate America are excited about the possibilities and potential of the Quarter Hour of Power. And understandably, corporate America is clamoring to be a part of history. So getting back to the moment of I'll be getting back to the moment of inspiration in a minute, but I have to preface it first. Now, despite this unprecedented interest in the Quarter Hour of Power from corporate America, we have sponsors, we have organizations left and right clamoring to be a part of the Quarter Hour of Power. The corporate America is raptured by this podcast, by the possibilities we allow them in this time of recession or depression. It's very hard to get the word out to your customers in an economical way, and the Quarter Hour of Power allows organizations all over America to do that, to reach their core audience cheaply and effectively. And despite this interest in the podcast being only two episodes old, and out of respect to one of the great inventors of our time, Aubrey Marcus, CEO of both Alpha Brains and Alpha Nails, I left the door, out of respect to him, I left the door open, ever so ajar, to allow this visionary to create a synergy, if you will, with us by having Alpha Brains and Alpha Nails as the official sponsor of the Quarter Hour of Power. And by the way, in case you don't know, Aubrey Marcus, like I said, is the CEO of Alpha Brains and the CEO of Alpha Nails. And not only the CEO, but the inventor of each product. If you don't realize what Alpha Brains is, the Alpha Brains, it's a brain drug. Have you seen the movie Limitless? Well, it's much like that, without the negative side effects you experience if you stop taking the drug. But it does everything very much the same. It gives you a clear feeling. It makes your dreams more lucid, and it increases your intelligence. Now you're probably thinking, man, this is revolutionary. This brain drug. I mean, is this FDA approved? Has this been tested? Well, the answer is no, but you got to realize something. Aubrey knows his shit. Okay? If you know what you're doing, if you know your shit, you don't need to test anything. Because, I mean, to me, when someone needs to test a product or needs FDA approval, that's not a positive. That's an admission that they don't know what they're doing. To me, testing something is tantamount to trial and error, right? I mean, would you go to a doctor that uses trial and error? No, I don't think so. Would you go to a car mechanic that uses trial and error to fix your car? No, I wouldn't. what I would do, I'd go to someone like Aubrey Marcus, who the first time around can identify a problem and immediately offer a solution that works, free of any testing, any FDA approval, because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing so well that he can engineer a drug and get the desired result first time around.